This entire look is Drugstore. I'm a professional makeup artist. I've been doing bridal makeup for like 10 years now. Let's do an all Drugstore makeup routine. Starting with skin prep, this is pretty cool. You can get it at Target, you can get it on TikTok Shop, you can get it on Amazon. This is the half and half toner. Here's the thing, this is the only milky toner that doesn't personally break me out. The Lumi Glotion, I like a little bit of glow. I like a little bit of a sheen, a dew to my skin. I have pretty dry skin, especially in the winter. In the summer, sometimes I lean combo, but in the winter, your girl's dry. Next, for eyebrows, I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal Faux Brow Pen. I used to use the NYX one, but it explodes everywhere and leaks and dries out, and I've been using this same pen now for 8 months. This is the 8th month, so I haven't had to buy a new one. The NYX ones were good. They were a good price. I liked the way that they looked, but it had those flaws that I would put up with. This pen doesn't have any of those flaws. Also, bonus, this one doesn't smudge, budge, move, nothing. It's transfer proof, water resistant, all of the things. I also talk a lot in my tutorials. I find that I talk fast and a lot because I have a lot of information to tell you guys and that I want to share. So that's kind of the vibe of these tutorials. My spray tan is completely worn off and it is peeling on my neck quite nicely, so please ignore the shade match. This is what I have right now. I'm gonna exfoliate and self-tan tonight, but I'm gonna actually use the Paw Paw sponge. I get these from Amazon. Make sure you're using a damp sponge always. Do not use one dry. Why? Because a sponge is meant to what? Absorb things. That's correct. So if you go in with a dry sponge, what's it gonna do? Absorb all of your product. But you go in with a damp sponge and the sponge is already holding a lot of water. Of course, wring it out because you don't want to mix like foundation and water together, but because it's already porous and filled, I don't know how to explain this in a way that's going to make sense. It just kind of moves your product around in a really beautiful way instead of picking it all up. You're going to just waste a lot of your product and need a lot more of it if you go in with a completely dry sponge. So save your money. For concealer, I'm going to do another Drugstore tutorial this week with completely separate products from what I'm using today, so that you guys can see, like, there are so many products at the drugstore that you can use. It doesn't have to be this specific one or that specific one. There are a lot of things out there and that you may already have too, so that's a good way to mix it up. I'm mixing the Pacifica concealer right now with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. These are both really nice hydrating concealers, and the coverage is like a medium to buildable, so that's kind of why I put both down. It's gonna give me like a hydrating, nice, bright under eye, but also coverage. And so I'm just mixing those two, and I like to use this as my eyeshadow primer as well. Even when I use high-end, I never use an eyeshadow primer. I always just use my concealer. See? So good. For bronzers, these are definitely my most used bronzers of 2025. These are the Milani Cheek Kiss bronzers. I also have the e.l.f. concealer here, the Milani concealer. To use that as a bronzer, get a darker shade is great. And I also like the LA Girl Pro Conceal, but I'm like, which ones do I use? And I'm just going in everywhere that I want to bronze. You want to bronze anywhere you have a shadow, and I like to do it all over my face, not just my cheeks. Bronze, contour, whatever you want to call it, because it adds depth and dimension to your face when you do this, and you make sure that you're really being cohesive about your placement. That's why people put blush on their chin and their forehead, okay, instead of just their cheeks, because when you go in with foundation, you're blanking out your canvas and starting over from scratch. And so when you go in and you put your contour and your bronzer in other areas of the face besides just on your cheekbones, and blush, same with blush, you're bringing back those natural cohesive colors into your skin where they'd naturally be, but you get the control over the tone, you get the control over the blend, you get the control over exactly where it goes. And I'm gonna use this Cloudtopia Maybelline Cheek and Lip Mousse. This is my first time using it, so let's hope that it goes well. I'm gonna put it on the brush, tap it off on the back of my hand, and then go in and push this into my cheek. That's really pretty, actually. That's really pretty. And it's not nearly as, like, I thought it was gonna be like really kind of glossy and goopy, but it has a nice like matte kind of finish to it. I'm gonna curl my lashes, and then I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Colossal Bubble Mascara. I love this because it holds my curl and ends up just looking nice all day. It doesn't flake, smudge, budge, or run. So I really love this. I also love Essence Lash Princess. For my lip combo, I'm going to use the Milani Color Statement Lip Liner. She's my favorite. This is the shade All Natural. the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade London. Oh yeah, you want to use a L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist for sure. I'm actually going to take this makeup off, so I'm not going to spray my face with this, but you guys know I love this. I use it all the time, but there's just no point in me wasting the product when I'm just going to go wash this off my face, even though I just did that to all the other product I put on my face. Don't judge me, okay? That's how you're going to get a good flawless base, you guys. Stay tuned for the next drugstore routine. I mean, look at that. Look at that. She's beautiful. She's stunning. She's gorgeous. Tag me, and if you have any makeup you want me to do, leave it in the photo in the comments below. Love you. Bye.